Credit is going to be one of the most important things that you tap into in your life. Regardless if you're 16, 18, 21, so on and so forth, you need to start establishing credit. Now, if you don't have any credit established whatsoever, do not worry, because I'm going to break down essentially what you need to do to start or to build your credit. Now, credit is super important when it comes to getting any type of loan, whether it's business or personal, from a car to an apartment or to a house, or if you're trying to get a business line of credit. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I was young is just focusing on making a ton of money and having the mentality that if I can't afford to pay for it cash, I can't afford it. Chances are you may or you may have not heard a loved one or maybe a grandparent or a parent tell you that credit is bad and only utilize cash and only utilize your debit card. And if you can't afford it, then you should not put it on a credit card. Now, there is some wisdom to that. However, in today's society, you need to have good credit in order to leverage that credit. That way you can grow a business and that way you can get nice things. Regardless of how much money I made, they still wanted to see credit. I couldn't buy a home until I developed credit. When I started investing in real estate, I was making so much money in my e-commerce business that I was just buying properties left and right. And when I wanted to scale and tap into leverage or the bank's money, which is OPM, other people's money, I couldn't get a line of credit because I didn't have credit myself. Here's a quick misconception. Having no credit is better than having bad credit. That's actually false. Having no credit is just as bad, if not worse, than having bad credit, and it takes time to establish credit. So if you're watching this video and you don't have credit, these are the things that you want to do. First and foremost, understand how credit works. Down below, I'm going to have a few links to some other credit videos that I have where I dive deep into credit reports, what to know about a credit report, how to read a credit report, and the top 5 factors that are going to help you grow your credit report. But the main one that I want you to focus on is just starting to build a credit score. Now, if you're below 18, you can't go apply for a credit card. However, some financial institutions will allow users to add sub-users even if they're below the age of 18. Now, this depends on the actual card. American Express is not going to allow you to do this. However, a Capital One card may. So talk to your family, talk to your mother, your father, your grandparents, your aunt, your uncle, someone that you love, someone that you look up to that you know is doing well financially, and ask them if they can make you a sub-user on the card. And this is what you say. Hey blank, hey aunt, hey uncle, hey mom, hey dad, I want to start establishing my credit. I want to make sure that I have a good credit age built up by the time I'm 18. That way I can tap into utilizing leverage and so on and so forth, for whatever that reason is. And this is the key. Please add me as a sub-user, and I don't want the card. Keep the card, don't give me the card. I don't need to use it. I'm never going to use it. By them simply adding you as a sub-user, you're going to start to get credit history. This is going to start with the credit age, which is one of the biggest impacts to your score. To have a high credit score, you have to have a high age. Now, if you're watching this and you happen to be a parent, the hack is doing this for your child while they're small. If you do this for your child when they're 3 or 5, by the time they're 18, they're going to have a 10 to 15 year credit history, which is going to catapult their score when they turn 18 and they start to open up lines of credit. That's step number 1. If you are 18 or above and you don't have credit and you're building it out, do that play. Have your family or a close family friend add you as an authorized user, and also go to your financial institution and say, I want to open up a secured account and get a secured personal loan. Now, you can also ask them if they offer secured credit cards. My first secured credit card came from Capital One, and that's probably the best one for you to start with in my personal recommendations if you don't have any credit or a credit card whatsoever. Do both of those, because what it's going to do is it's really going to catapult and accelerate your credit. So you would go to the bank and say, hey, do you offer a secured line of credit or secured personal line of credit, where essentially I'm going to fund this account with my own money and then I'm going to draw against it as a line of credit. Now, don't go out and splurge all that money. Use that money responsibly for things that you were going to spend anyway, replenish it, or just keep it in there. You're going to pay the small fee to the bank, and what they're going to do is start to report you to the creditors. Therefore, you're building credit history. Now, with that secured credit card, you're going to be able to go ahead and put your money in Capital One. I started with $200. I believe that's the minimum. And you're going to be able to use that credit card, and it's going to draw from your limit. Now, what you want to do is you want to pay it off every single month. You want to use less than 30% of what's on the card. And after 6 months of not missing a payment, not going above 30%, and being responsible with your credit card, they're going to offer you a non-secured credit card. This is your first non-secured credit card, which means you're using funds from the institution and not of your own. Now, if you're above 18, you know you want to be an entrepreneur, you know you want to become a business owner, and maybe you have credit, the next thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to go ahead and get your business line of credit set up. Having business credit and personal credit are two completely different things. So down below, there'll be a video where I talk about that. And let me know if you guys want to learn more about business credit, and I can do another deep dive for you guys. If you guys got any value whatsoever during the video, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now, followed by the notification bell so you're notified every single week when we drop new content.